Welcome to Sunday, March the 14th's vlog, fireside chat, Sunday sermon, whatever you wish to call it. I'm going to keep today's chats short and sweet. As things only continue to deteriorate, thank God Dr. Peterson is back on the scene, although he is certainly not firing on all 8 cylinders. And sadly, he dislikes being attacked. But I want to tell you something, and I'm often saying this now. Like a philatelist loves to collect rare stamps, I enjoy collecting postmodern diatribes. I love the deconstruction of postmodernism because it proves to me that Star Trek was right and that the Borg are real. Because unlike the philatelist who collects rare stamps, the postmodernists all say the same identical things. It's almost as though they could share the same brain. So today's little chat is Social Engineering for Dummies 101. The state must not define our culture. Rather, it must reflect it. There is no such thing as the state defining a new normal or the state creating a society with new values unless the goal of the state is to erase our cultural ethos. That is a very kind of social engineering which resides at the soul of every totalitarian belief system. So, what is our current sociopolitical economic reality? What is the stated intention of socialism? It is to seize the means of production while controlling all the resources needed to produce. That is the only totalitarian game, no matter what you choose to call it, what name you may apply to it. The moment a government successfully sells its electorate on the idea that the needs of the many outweigh the rights of the individual, then the state will have successfully enslaved its citizens and will already be totalitarian, which is the very definition of totalitarian, to control everything. The manifestation of this reality is a version of fascism today, where big tech, big business, and big government, in cooperation with the CCP, an enemy that poses an implicit, extrinsic risk to the very survival of Western liberalism, have gained control of both production of goods and the distribution of resources, controlling even what is allowed to be printed in the press and what we are permitted to say. We live in an age of unprecedented social control over freedom of speech. Cancel culture is literally canceling everything, even Miss Piggy. Show me one postmodern leftist who will openly condemn China's horrendous abuses of its citizens. Show me one postmodern leftist who at the same time, while enforcing their version of political correctness, which has but one goal, to undermine civil society's norms, does not also support radical political Islam and sympathize with communism. That's correct. You can't cite me an example of such a person because they don't exist. Turning humanity into an extension of the state-run collective is an unbelievably bad idea. As Dr. Gad Saad often says, as I listen to his fine program on YouTube, it is an idea pathogen. It is turning society collectively pathological. The moment the state claims to represent the many, so it may sell its citizens that the needs of the many outweigh the rights of the individual, government will have become totalitarian by the very definition of totalitarian. This is a Hegelian idea designed to make slaves of us all. Anytime it is applied, it has resulted in tyranny, whether we choose to call it Nazism, fascism, socialism, communists, or yes, political Islamism. Now on to this ongoing crisis with the CCP virus. Why is it that disease and cure have the self-same origin? I do not trust anything which was created as a result of our cooperation with the CCP, namely the virus, which can be cured by further cooperating with the CCP, the vaccine. When Tricky Dicky and Kissinger created détente with China to extricate the USA from Vietnam, they made the greatest blunder of modern time. What did they think would happen by getting into bed with our enemy? How could the West have been stupid enough to send our supply chain to CCP-led China to help fund a Chinese takedown of the West? How could we have been naive enough to permit teams of virologists loyal to the CCP into our level 4 biopathogen laboratories to ship viral pathogens to Wuhan's level 4 biopathogen laboratory? And the entitled oligarchs who, because of their relationship with communist China, have become wealthy beyond avarice and powerful enough to manipulate this travesty to lecture us on how to stay safe. Hashtag, screw you, Bill Gates. Have a great Sunday. There's a whole bunch of devils to pray over, because this kind only comes out with much prayer and fasting.